Good morning, YouTube. Let me see here. Wonder if that light is going to go halfway. Eh, whatever. How we doing this mighty blessed morning? Uh, another day. Another day. Oh boy. Well, I got my days mixed up as usual. I, I swore I had another day before the 4th of July. I swore I did. Well, here we go again. All that money I paid for this mount for it to be acting like it do. You know? Wait a minute. Hold on. All that money I paid for that mount for it to be tripping like that. Let's see. It's supposed to be a cool down weekend, huh? Well, it's been hot as heck down here in southern Texas. I'm near Brownsville, Texas? Somewhere around here. Dropped off a load yesterday thinking I had, you know, what's today? Tuesday. I thought the 4th was on Wednesday. It was Wednesday. And, I thought that was my, whatchamacallit day, where I could get another load and keep going. And little did I realize, um, that the 4th was today. And it's funny because, you know, everybody's excited for these holidays. And 9 times out of 10, we don't even realize the meaning behind half of them. And what we realize is we were fed lies about, these. We were fed lies about the meaning of this so-called holiday. We were fed lies about, you know, what these holidays are actually all about. You know what I'm saying? And it just slowly dawned on me, what are we really celebrating? You know what I mean? What are we really celebrating? Um Columbus Day, this so-called holiday about the guy that Christopher Columbus that actually found America where he actually didn't. Now let me just say this so everybody this is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. So, but you know, this guy that he literally wiped out, races of human beings, trafficked the the natives, made half of them into slaves. His crew brought um, you know disease and destruction to certain to certain parts of South America. I think he wound up um dying a disgrace or something like that. Don't quote me on that. You know, because America was named after, was it Amerigo Vespucci or some crazy name like that. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, yeah, we're having fun, but if you look at it, you know, it we were made, we've been duped for so long that people, oh, it's more of a big commercial than anything nowadays. Oh, I gotta go buy this, and I gotta go get that, and you didn't get me nothing for whatever holiday. That, especially us that are married, you didn't get me nothing. And you're forced to. Are we really celebrating this stuff? It's I think it's exactly they especially Christmas. If you're a believer in Jesus Christ, if I think he was actually born around September. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was actually born, around September. It used to, I'll be honest with you, it used to really get me down being out for this holiday, that holiday, and no, my wife, I love her to death, but sometimes she don't, she kind of gets it confused because huh, you gonna be home for the fourth, babe? I'm not. We got plans. We're going to Costa Rica, so we got plans. You know, I'm staying out till technically about 2 more weeks. We got plans. Oh. You know, um, it's uh, the funny part is because they didn't say nothing or had me set up to get something else. Um, I get paid for sitting. I know it's $100, but I it's still $100. you know, um, the supermarkets are making their money. It's more of a play for just my opinion, and this is my opinion. It's more of a play for the supermarkets, like for the Fourth of July. Everybody's grilling. Hot dogs, ribs, and stuff like that. Yeah, but you're right. It's the day that the white folks left King George or whatever the heck it is. We were we weren't really slaves yet. On that, wait a minute. Let me pull that one back. We were slaves, so really, technically, we should be. all be getting together and celebrating Juneteenth. But we don't stick together. It's funny how other races do stick together, for their holidays or whatever, and we can't even figure out, what day to appreciate the fact that we are free, or are we truly free? My opinion on it is we're not truly free. You know what I mean? Switch this up a little bit. We're not truly free. Probably I'd say up here, but just my opinion. Um, we can figure it out. I can figure it out. You can figure it out. Uh, there's so many. I'm surprised. You know, Let me stop because I'll want to put my foot in my mouth. We don't need that. I'm just gonna say it like that. We don't need that. Let me see. I'm not used to the camera pointing at me. Thanks somebody he was like, well, do the driving forward thing. Yeah, that's cool. But I'm thinking I might change this from 5 to 6 in the morning. Now that I am my sleeping patterns are changing. It's getting a little hard to get up at 4. Like I got up this morning and I sat there and I sat there and I sat there and I sat there. I said, man, let me get up so I could go do the live and talk and stuff. And and see, because when you get on Streamline, you have to hit certain buttons. You have to hit certain buttons and do a mic check and all that stuff. And it just takes a minute. It really does. It just takes a minute. But as you can see, I got one of my windows rolled down. You don't really hear nothing. But mostly everybody is they knocked out. They got lows. I'm gonna sit here and because of the holiday, um, I'm gonna sit here and do a 34. The reason why I made this live as are the holidays important to you because a lot this 11 years that I've been doing on the road, a lot of it I've spent alone, you know. So my take on holidays has been kind of different because you know I've been working and not making excuses for oh I need off. I need off. It's such and such holiday or this holiday or George Washington's birthday or you know these holidays that we really haven't studied and really haven't understood that we're looking at the slave master. He was a slave master, and then, you know what I mean. Have we really did our homework of looking at these holidays, or Veterans Day, or Memorial Day? These are the days where we are thanking those that Memorial Day is days that in check me if I'm wrong. We thank those that have died in battle for freedom that is taken God knows what forever for us as black folks to achieve. You know, because if you really look at it, until what after World War II, the certain even in the military, Even up till today, there's still prejudice in the military. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just a whole lot of stuff in there just to swirl around in your head and have you think about. Um, I'm not the power to the people person, but with the internet and it's so much information there that you can look at and see that just makes you think, why are we celebrating this person? Why are we you know celebrating this holiday or that holiday? I mean, let me know if you think I'm wrong, but like Christmas, and don't get me wrong. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. I don't believe in white Jesus. Sorry. You know that that picture of Jesus supposedly is a portrait or a painting that Michelangelo did of, I believe it was the uh, second or third pope's gay son. Tell me that ain't weird. You know what I mean? Tell me that one ain't weird. Um, it just makes you think. It makes you think. What is the real reason behind of these holidays that we celebrate? Um, what is the real reason behind? And I can't get away with Christmas and Valentine's Day. We already know Valentine's Day is pagan, but you have to come off the oh, I gotta get some flowers, and the flowers that it's easily a dozen roses you get for like $12, but on Valentine's Day, that dozen roses is 70 or 80 bucks because they know you got to get it. Yeah, the reservations, and everybody's out eating dinner, and it's a lie. But don't get me wrong, I've had really fun times on certain holidays and certain days. And I remember, I believe it was New Year's, and I was somewhere now. I finished a load, and I was somewhere in Alabama, but I was in driving distance of. I was in driving distance. You, like, oh, oh, geez. Yeah, well, I could be racist and 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 then take the day off for Martin Luther King. Yeah, yeah, Martin Luther King, who cheated on his wife left and right. They have recordings of him screwing women. This it's heartbreaking that everybody got something on them. You know, yeah, it's heartbreaking that everybody got something on them. It's just heartbreaking. But like I was saying, I remember one New Year's, Norma said, "You know what? I want I want to spend it with you, even though you're on the road." She drove to Alabama, and she had went by Kroger and had picked up a fruit tray, and we had grape grape juice with sparkling grape juice. It was hilariously. I know I just made up a word, hilariously, but it was a lot of fun. and it was very enjoyable. I remember we sat like, if you could see where back there, see how dark it is back there. We sat in the dark with one little light. Let's see here, where is it? One little light like that guy, and we just had a ball. I later figured out, not figured out, but I was just reminded that she wants she wanted to make sure that I'm home or whatever till the first kiss of the year or whatever. And that's, stuff like that, memories like that make you appreciate people. You know, we kind of forget the little we kind of, and I believe I kind of forget the little things. The little things of what am I saying? It's just the little things of certain holidays. Um, I remember one Fourth of July. We actually went downtown Atlanta to the, what was that, Centennial Olympic Park or whatever, and we watched the fireworks. And thing is, when you got want to do stuff like that, you have to plan ahead. We always do last minute. Let's go downtown. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I remember us getting there, and it was a hot booba mess. That place was packed, and they had areas roped off. And but I'm of the notion, in our family, I am the picture taker. I am the keeper of uh the memories. You know, when you take pictures and with the woman that you're with, they always want to see. Let me see. I have to give approval, and they don't realize that us as men, if you looking skank and or ugly in the picture, we ain't keeping that picture. You see what I'm saying? Oh no, I look. It's every picture is I look ugly in it. Well, as your husband, your man, your lover, your confidant, if I like it, that's what you should be worried about. If I appreciate it, then you should not. If I like it, you should not be worried about that photo. And in most times when we're out and doing stuff, and like again during the holidays, it's I'm the picture taker slash keeper. And I remember that was another reason why I started Instagram. It was I wanted to have a place. If you know, so my Instagram, it's I wanted to have a place where I could, you know, um, keep these pictures and so forth and so on. I remember now. I was reminded by a close friend that when before I met Norma, um, that's where I was venting, and I would find stuff on the internet, and I might have to go through my Instagram and start to delete purge. I was screaming out, "You skank behind women, y'all hurt me." I can laugh about it now, but it really wasn't funny. Yeah, I can laugh about it now. But let's see, these holidays. I was thinking, and I might miss. Hopefully, I'll be at home for New Year's. I think I'm gonna miss Christmas this year, as usual. I'm a Christmas person, but I had to choose between two holidays, which one to be home, because um, I wish I could take Christmas and New Year's off, but I had to choose New Year's because she wants. Oh, good morning, good morning. Welcome in, welcome in. I had to choose New Year's, which I could care less, and um, because she wants to be able to have the first kiss of the year with her husband. And sometimes you just gotta understand it ain't worth it. Yes, just but you gotta just say yes, dear. Because I remember last year um, we were going downtown to watch the Peach drop, and they changed a whole lot of rules where the woman you can't come downtown with your pocketbook because I guess they thinking you carrying a gun for me or whatever. We were just going to see this Peach drop, and uh, we got all the way downtown, and we was like I think it was like 30 minutes before 30 or 40 minutes, and we waiting in line, and they wouldn't let us through, and that was frustrating. So we had to make our way all the way back home because we jumped on the train and we were having a night, and I was frustrated, and we were just I don't know, it was just frustrating because especially with people of this, we've always got to have a couple of idiots that mess up mess up for the rest of us. Couple of violent idiots that want to have a gun and shoot up the place, and you really can't enjoy yourself because you're not man enough to do the right thing, be the right person, but you think a gun gives you power. You know what I'm saying? And that's the frustrating part of trying to go out, enjoy life, and do these things, especially during the holidays. And that's why, like, a lot of times I just I that's why I asked this question. You know, is these holidays important to you? You know, I remember one holiday I drove through the night because for some reason I was like, I don't know, was I in? I think I was stationed in Kittery, Maine, and I drove through the night just to hang out with one of my brothers. And I remember I made it all the way to the Bronx, New York, and when I got there, my brother was like, pop the hood," and he had some tools on him, and he literally yanked the distributor cap off my car. I had old cheap old hatchback, '88 Chevy Spectrum, and popped the hood, and I was just walking. He said, I guess I got there right at you know when the clock struck 12, and he was yelling, "Run, run!" And I was like, "Run? What are you running for? Run, you stupid mother effer, run!" And I started hearing it sound like bottle rockets buzzing by my head, and I said, "Who's shooting off fireworks?" He said, "I'm not shooting off fireworks, you idiot. That's that's bullets." I said, "Bullets?" And next thing you know, I'm yelling to him run because I blew past him. I'm hauling ass. And this was New Year's. And we do stupid things on these holidays that you just want to know what the heck. Like, really? Yeah. And we got his apartment. He's like, "But I tell you to run around this mother every run, fool." And man, that mess is so funny. I didn't have that prepared, but y'all had, I remember that. It was so freaking funny. Oh, hey, bring it every day. Welcome in, welcome in. But I think that these holidays and stuff like that. It just and again, guys, this is my opinion. Um, I would rather be out working and have stuff planned throughout the year. Throughout the year, I'd rather be working, have stuff planned throughout the year than to deal with. And again, I don't want to say it really harshly, but these fake behind holidays. And again, just my opinion. But these holidays, and you're right, Mike. We know they're fake, but sometimes, I guess the older I get, I start realizing, what is more important to me. Now, granted, if I am home, I got no problem celebrating certain things or, the time of enjoyment or whatever, because there's an area I want to fix up. It's right near my deck. I want to level it out a whole lot more, get like a ton, um, level it out. Charles Charles knows I showed him the grill that I really want. I like to get that. Have me have me like make up a nice area where I could do some grilling and barbecuing and really have the time and the place to get out there and really enjoy grilling. That's one thing. Um, that's one thing I really that's on my bucket list. I think I might catch up with Charles one of these days and get out there with him because he really does it. He When he gets home off the road, he'll have his son. Hey, I need you to get this, and this, get it ready for me, season it up. So when I show up at the door, when I show up home, the meat is ready. I can light or he even has him light the grill, and I think that part of the manly situation as a man, I think that part of my manly soul has been missing, and I've been wanting to do and enjoy that part of it. I don't know if that you know, um, sounds understanding, whatever. Um, but I want to be able to get home and be out there in the middle of the night and enjoying that part of it. The slow cooking, the getting out there. Like right now, it's you know, I I'm in the it's like 4 o'clock here, but Eastern it's five something whatever. But to be out, have the seasonings ready and put it on there. Um, that is the fun. That's the enjoyment. And to know that at a certain time you want to wrap it up in tinfoil and and let those juices just really enjoy the meat that you're trying to cook. and have that tenderizing moment that every man knows for, his piece of meat that he's cooked, that he is grilled, and that he's smoked. you know, it's the simple things in life. The I've got I don't know if you guys remember Nathan's hot dogs. The hot dogs that they have now are not the original Nathan's hot dogs. Those little itty bitty, they're about the width of my finger. No, actually, yeah, they're about the width of that finger right there. Well, the original Nathan's hot dogs when I was a teenager, because I worked there, um, they're about the width of two fingers, and you can't find them nowhere. I found them in the West, which is weird. I mean, these are big behind, and they're about what let's see, I'm trying to think about that long, and you throw them on the grill and get the black grill marks, and you know, it's about talk about today. Like I remember the Fourth of July when we were younger, because I grew up in Long Island, New York. That when we would get fireworks, because at that point, I don't know if it's even legal now in New York, but when we oh, so you can buy the colossal dogs where you live? Okay, you can't you can't find those colossal dogs in Georgia. I haven't found them, so I got two packs in the freezer. Um, but what I'm back to my other story. They You couldn't get fireworks in New York, but you would have that uncle or aunt that came, that was down south and in the Carolinas or whatever, and picked up some fireworks and then brought it back, and you know you had M80s, or sparkles, or or bottle rockets and stuff like that. Those are the things that we remember. We were like, you know, you're supposed to be celebrating, the freedom from King George, like we said in the beginning, but it was, barbecue and fireworks. It was always the fireworks. I remember the enjoyment of remembering that. Or Thanksgiving. You know, originally said we came over in the Mayflower, and what was it? We had like everybody was kumbaya, and you know, and not realizing that the people that came over on the Mayflower, and you know the Thanksgiving part of that, we were the destruction. Not we, because we weren't here yet, because we got dragged here. We didn't come over voluntarily on no Mayflower or the Nina Pinta or the Santa Maria or whatever the heck, you know. But the poor Indians, you know, everybody was saying that oh, you know, people that came over in Mayflower. I think if I remember the story right, they technically were starving, and the Indians taught them how to cultivate the food, how to grow the food, and what to eat, what not to eat, and then w- after figured it out, they started wiping out. They started wiping out. the Indian tribes. That's a Thanksgiving, really? Oh my God! But now, when we growing up, the the when we were growing up, Thanksgiving was that day that you picked out. Um, and you had the two tables. You know, you had the children's table and then the adult table. I remember the day that the Thanksgiving that I moved from the children's table to the adult table. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, um, I'm thankful now that when I do celebrate, when I am home to celebrate Thanksgiving, I'm thankful now. I think 2 years in a row, and I never did it before, but I really have fun and enjoy it now. Is frying a turkey. That that's fun. That's fun because I don't do it ignorantly. I have on my driveway, I have a long driveway that goes down a hill, and I have a really open area. Before you get to make that turn in the garage. Well, when I fry the turkey, we it's in the middle of the driveway, and I've stretched out my hose just in case. And I what I do is I follow the instructions. In one of them, like it depends on the size of the turkey, and there's a fill line because a lot of people they just put the oil in there, heat it up, and throw the turkey in there, not knowing if that bubbles over, you're gonna start a fire. And I've read too many of those. Too many. And you're right, Mike. These holidays, they are what you choose to make it. But we have this thing now where the Republicans and the parents are yelling and screaming that you can't teach my kid this and you can't teach my kid that, and we are, you can't teach that the woke movement, which got stolen from us as black people, because that had to do with us that we were woke. Um, Now they've taken so many books away, but if you notice, before before this certain woke movement and suspending this book or that book, and cleaning out the libraries, which sounds like fascism to me. That's one of the things that which is un-American. um when Even before that, we were lied to. We wasn't even taught you know the atrocities that half these people were doing, but you made that into a holiday. Where the heck we do that at? Because and we're America. America is so wonderful and so great. And don't get me wrong, I, I think we're the best corrupt government in the world, but we are out there praising patting our own self on the back, for being, we're like Florida goes, where woke comes to die. That that moron is costing the state of Florida billions of dollars. I'm lucky I don't drink orange juice anyway, because them poor folks down there, that stuff going bad on the plant. It's going bad big time. But we weren't taught what these people have done, including Martin Luther King. Yeah, I wasn't taught in class that this this preacher was, he's supposed to be the savior, our savior or whatever, but he was cheating on his wife too, and and yeah, that's sad. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. We we wasn't taught about the, like you said, like I think it was, I bring it all the time, the raw truth, the raw, the reality of what these so-called holidays were based on. You know what I mean? I mean, and like we say Veterans Day. I'm a veteran, and I don't know who. I know Charles one too. Um, I'm proud of the fact that I made it. I made it through. Um, I endured. I screwed up a lot. I screwed up a lot when I was in, and that brings back, a little hurt and little pain, is because my little sister. I told my little sister, I said, I don't want nothing. I just want that picture. My father had a picture because he was a paratrooper. I just said I want that picture, and I deserved that picture. And the reason why I say I deserve that picture is because I'm the last of his line that I followed along and was ex-military. I was a veteran just like my father was a veteran. And all those years, because we really didn't talk much, I didn't realize that he was 82nd Airborne. I didn't realize that. I just said, I knew my father was a paratrooper. It didn't click that he was 82nd Airborne. And I remember um, on his birthday when I realized that he was, and and I didn't even realize from him. Charles told me, because Charles met my father. Um, I bought him an 82nd Airborne shirt. Um, Charles had gave him his coin, which I to this day I appreciate. The We don't understand the significance of the little things. We don't understand the significance. That's why I appreciate the that holiday, Veterans Day and Memorial Day, because I've been through it. I made it through. I made it through the heartaches. I made it through. We don't understand that the military, that everybody, oh, thank you for your service, thank you for your service. You just saying that because somebody else said it. You ain't really thankful for nothing, because when those guys came back from Vietnam, they were spit on, stuff thrown at them, called you baby killers. But you know, those guys had no choice. They had to go. They had to survive. And when they came home, they were not appreciated. We left in desert storm, desert this, desert that, and didn't go attack the ones that did what they did to us. Because the ones that did what they did to us was from Saudi Arabia. You know what I'm saying? That's that's the reality of it. Let's see something here. Let's see. Hold up. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, guy. That's the reality. But eh, you know, I I don't want you guys to think that I'm against the holidays. No, like Mike's kind of been saying the whole time. Yeah, yeah. So racist they hurt themselves. And and again, I'm kind of really saying what you're saying, Mike, is that yeah, the people that committed these atrocities or whatever, we are actually celebrating, 90% of whatever these people, they've committed atrocities, and it's kind of making us look kind of stupid because these other countries, Africa, and most of the African Union that they study the United States, these these Africans are learning that the United States is a superpower, but they ain't as great as you think they are. This one did this one did that, this one did this and that, but they're celebrating it, that as a holiday. You see what I'm saying? Celebrating that as a holiday. Should we respect them? You see what I'm saying? Should we respect them? And but you're right. These holidays are what we make it. What we make it. Our personal opinion and stuff like that. Um, I I believe that, and yeah, make it what it is. And that's the fun part when you're with loved ones and people that you care about, and so forth. I remember right now, I'm looking out in the parking lot. I remember the years of loneliness, especially during the holidays, that I had, you know, that I had acquired. It's just like wine. Certain wines are sort of acquired taste. Yo, bro, you got your daggone hobbies on me? Can you lower them a little bit? Thank you. Jeez, man. But I'm on the next level right now. Not in a bad way, but I'm very appreciative of my situation, my the friends that I have, the family that I have, the close family, meaning my wife. I remember I used to sit out here and, oh, boo hoo, oh, boo hoo hoo, oh, boo hoo hoo. Jesus. Uh, yeah, yeah, exactly. You want to know the complete picture. And but back to the boo hoo. I was pathetic. I'm still a little pathetic right now. But it's amazing what you can do and what you really can appreciate because you know the whole story. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against holidays. I appreciate them. I wish I got paid more. I wish I got paid for, like paid holidays. That'd be great as a truck driver. That'd be a great benefit. Paid holiday. But half the time when we get as a truck driver, it's like, well, give me a load that keeps me driving through the holiday. You know what I mean? That keeps me, going. and and like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm not really mad. I actually, when I get off here in the next few minutes, I'm going back to sleep. I'm gonna catch up on some well needed sleep. And because if you look at it, I went from Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, to San Diego, California, from San Diego, California to Haywood, California, from Haywood, California back to Louisville, Kentucky, from Louisville, Kentucky all the way south to Brownsville, Texas. And again, as a solo driver, I only um, at max maybe 3,100 miles. Yeah, about 3,100 miles. Well, this week I got 4,000, 4,100. I can't wait to see the check, but I'm not in a rush to see the check because might get my feelings hurt. But like, man, that's it. That's all I got. I bumped this. I ain't doing it no more. you know, and it's weird. As weird as it sounds, I I could switch it up and show you, but I'm not. There's I'm sitting at the back of the parking lot, and you see way over that way. That's the original truck stop that I used to park at coming when I came down here. This one I'm sitting in is a new parking lot. This Love's is new, and it's funny. It just took me a while to realize. Wait a minute, that place over there is where I really used to park when I came down here. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. But you learn and see the progression. Mike. It took me a while to get used to this. Like this truck, these seats are hard as heck. I need a butt pad. I'll be sitting on one of my pillars because I'll be driving, twisting and turning. These seats are hard as a freaking rock. And I remember when I first started driving, I would be, driving, nodding off, and that terrified me. And that's probably why a lot of times I don't need it, but I'll be drinking a monster drink because that it terrifies me. Let me see something. Something see what he wrote. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right, Charles. Uncle Sam gets his money first. Mhm. But again, it used to terrify me. Now I have like hidden in my subconscious, you know, I have hidden safety checks in my brain. If I start feeling like this, pull over. If I feel like this, pull over. I feel like this, pull over. And there was one guy that he actually taught me something. And what he said was, "Look, don't get in this truck and act like you can do what I do." And what do you mean by that? Don't try don't try to do what I do, you know, until you are ready to do it. And what that means is, what he's saying is, I could go eight when I first started. You could do the whole 11 hours and took a break when you wanted to. Now the government, you know, made a rule that you can only drive 8 hours straight and you have to pull over and take a 30-minute break. And I understood what he was saying because when you try to do something that your body isn't used to doing, you'll make it shut down. You'll make it do some weird behind stuff. And see, I've been running hard for the last week and a half. That's why yeah, I'm taking the 34, but I'm gonna rest my body, my mind, my freaking soul because I'm tired. You know, I'm gonna rest up because I'm gonna take the heck up out of here once my 34 hits and head north and set myself up. Set myself up for the next load because I got a few more loads left in me, and then it's time to go home and time to get ready for Costa Rica. And for the lawn care side of this, I woke up. It's like 39.95. I gotta stop trying to putting all this heavy stuff on my credit card. I need to start buying stuff I can pay for. But I went and ordered it from Amazon. It's a plug. What it is it's a big tall pole you step on. It's got a big like a hole like that, and you punch it into the ground where your grass is really good, and it'll take a plug. It'll take that out of the ground, and then you got another spot where it's got you have dead grass. You do it there also and pull that out. Take the dead grass out and put the good grass in that hole. And when you got the dead grass, it'll actually spread. It'll spread above ground and below ground and fill that dead area in. And some of my sod, most of my sod is actually green now. I know if you looked at one of the videos where I was aerating, you could see that stuff was yellow. It was like mellow yellow. It was yellow, but I remembered that happened with the other sod that I had last year, so I wasn't freaking out too bad. But I would check it on my camera that's in the front, and I just noticing it started growing in and growing in. I got a few pieces that I'm gonna plug and then let those grow in, and I think I'm gonna get some emerald zoysia plugs. Yep, yep. Well, Mike, I say it all the time. I've destroyed my front lawn so many times. It's like that Patti LaBelle song. So many times we said it lasts forever. Boy, I've come home to this lawn destruction, brother. um, if you're gonna do that, make sure whatever grass you got does that. It's a the Bermuda does that. It actually spreads out by stolons. I believe they're called stolons and rhizomes. One of them is above ground, and the other one is like a little vine. It's like a little vine, and it actually goes across and reroots, and it spreads. Yeah, unfortunately, when I got into this addiction, my in the beginning, I was the same way. I didn't water my lawn. I didn't whatever. It's because it took a while for me to accept that that's my home. And I was in my own PTSD. I didn't originally start thinking, that that was my home. That was my girlfriend, fiance, because she got that when, she got that home first. And I was just happy I was with somebody that gave a flip about me, and it, when I was cutting, I would mow the lawn. It was just for that. I was just mowing her lawn. But then I don't know when it became my home because I needed it to become my home. But when it became my home, it slowly became more than, man, I gotta cut this stupid lawn. It slowly became, man, I gotta fix this lawn. This place looks terrible. Look at all the crabgrass and look at this and look at that. And I gotta fix this because it was more of a, I wanted to show my wife that I know I was still going through PTSD. All I wanted was a pat on the back. Like, look at me, I did this. Look at me, I did that. And at the time, I needed that pat on the back at the time. And it slowly went from that pat on the back to, hey, I kind of like this. Like the satisfaction of working and something making it look better and stuff like that. Yeah, I kind of like this. Then it went into the small engine part of it, you know, and it went into, yeah, it went into um wow, I did this, I fixed that. It's funny when I look back at it took us. I got some. When I remember it, I thought it was fill dirt. It wasn't dirt. It was actually. I don't think it was sand either. It was actually. Um, they broke up the rock so, but made it look like sand. That's why I got a certain area that it's hard to take because that's where we filled it in with that sand. So, and I remember that. That's why I'm gonna get some manure and I'm gonna spread it out in that area, and I'm gonna keep doing that and let that part of the area grow a little bit better and feed that area to make it something because where I sit in the driveway, I notice all the imperfections. I'm blind as a freaking bat, but I can notice every imperfection on that freaking front lawn. That has got to be the weirdest thing. I have a spot that I sit in the driveway. That's my like peace area. My little peace. I'm at ease and everything in that area. But looking along, I'll look. I'll see it, and it'll drive me nuts. But I learned, and it was a slow progression into the addiction that I have now. You know what I mean? So I went from, yeah, this is a task, and now it's like I'll cut the lawn before I come. I've been on the road for a month. I'll cut the lawn before I come in the house. I'll go in the garage, open up, and go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Pick that lawnmower and go out there and cut the lawn. If I want to do it quick, I'll get on my riding lawnmower. If I want to do precision, I'll get the John Deere. If I feel like a fat ass, I'll pull out the push mower or the battery power push mower. If I want to do scalping, one of my real mowers, the one, I'm putting one back together that I bought at the auction. You know, those are the things that, those are the things that I've learned, and especially through YouTube and stuff like that, that I started looking and like, wow, she's looking nice now. And then, but it goes back to even now. My wife looked at, said, "Man, the lawn's looking good." And you don't know as a man when your woman or your lover or whatever, good morning. When your lover comes out and says, "Wow, the lawn's looking good." That's the same thing in my eyes as you saying, "Baby, you so wonderful. You did a good man. That is awesome." That is like that's like the galaxy pat on the back. And that's the proof, and it still goes down to PTSD that I'm still suffering from certain things. But you're building me up when you say, "Hey, babe, that looks it looks awesome." And I thought it was just me, but I'm on the low end of the spectrum. If you go on YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook. I don't know if you're in Georgia, especially in Georgia, they'll accept you in. There's a Facebook group called the Atlanta Bermuda Dominators. These guys put me to shame. And, you know, they top dress every year. That's like $500 right off the bat. 500 bucks, freaking bucks. But their lawns are freaking awesome. They're off the charts. It's all good morning, frugal. Oh, wellness for frugal. I'm sorry, just almost said just frugal. Good morning, welcome in. And I actually felt at home, but I got my feelings hurt because I said something on there, and that's why I always be preaching about staying in your lane. I decided I'm not gonna be ran off because I let my feelings get hurt, but I'm gonna stay on that page to learn some stuff to make my lawn look better. You know, to make my to make my appreciation for the stuff that I do be better. And again, I learn and going to keep learning to stay in my lane and adventure out of my lane for short periods of time because I'm always looking at there was some person that said having emotional maturity because anybody that's been on my channel, they understand one thing. I have ultra strong emotions. I can't help it. But if I can find this emotional maturity that I'm hearing about, that brothers that be preaching in or whatever, if I can find that emotional maturity, I can handle my emotions a whole lot better and keep them intact without going from what zero zero to 100. And that's what I'm afraid of. That's why a lot of times if I come in on a live or whatever, I'll say what I got to say and pew, because people are not nice. They don't understand that actions have consequences. And then I I was on a live yesterday. I'm not, I want no, I wasn't on there, but I was listening, and I was listening in and watching someone, and I'm just saying it in the politest way possible, not being nice to a certain person. And I was like, see, that's why I don't stay in people's lives, because I'll get blocked and you'll never hear from me again. Because I'll get upset. I'll get upset. And when I get upset, it comes out like Tourette syndrome. Yeah, it just comes out, and it's not logical. It's not logical. That's where my um, I'm trying to find the right word. That's where reality and foolishness takes over, and I don't want that. But I would love to find that emotional maturity that a lot of these brothers are talking about. I think that's when it's funny. I'm saying it out loud, but I think that's the next level that I need to obtain, that emotional maturity. That even though that intense feelings that I get, I need to start gaining control over it. You know what I mean? The lawn care, the walking, those things bring me back down to earth. Everybody has something that brings them back down to earth. Everybody has something that brings them peace, that gives them joy, that gives them satisfaction. That's what, when I get out and do the lawn care, it also helps in relationships, because I asked my wife, because we in a hoa. You don't want to get on that. You don't want to get on their list. So I asked her, I said, babe, do me a favor. I know you don't like to do it, and I don't like her to do it, because that's my area. That's my peace, my joy, my whatever. But I had to ask her, I'm not going to be home before they come through, because our hoa comes through the first week of every month. And normally I'm through the house and I can, say exactly. You're right. We're the only thing we control. But see, Mike, I'm a lazy SOB. I know that I'm an emotional empath. I know that my feelings are intense, but I still run from it. And I need to stop running from it, and I need to get a hold of it. I need to get a hold of it. I know that, and that's a lot of the reasons why that I brought it up today. Um, but it's like right now, like I asked her, do me a favor, put the mower on the highest setting, because I'm I'm going to be going down now that I got my lawn growing like I wanted to. I wanted to grow. I wanted to spread, and I now I can start doing pre-emergence and pre and post-emergence, and I'm learning with the Bermuda. It needs a heavy nitrogen base. I'm going to finally do a get a soil sample. I'm gonna do that. I'm actually do that when I go home, and I can take it to the county, and they for freaking $8, compared to putting it on one of these companies on the internet. It was cost $30, and I'm gonna get that done. But again, I'm ever traveling, ever moving to benefit and make myself better. When I make myself better for me, it becomes better for you guys, because you hear it, you feel it, um, and it's also better for my relationship at home when I become a better me. So when you become a better you, you're going to do the same thing. When you find what gives you that peace, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna hold on to it. You're not gonna let it go. When you find what makes you happy, it's so funny. I've always said this. I didn't get roped into it, but um, it gives me satisfaction. It gives me understanding. It gives me joy to get out here and vent. You know, I say these things not to boast or whatever, but I say these things to maybe someone is going through something, but they understand it. That guy, because he sounds pathetic as heck. But if that guy can make it through, then what I'm going through is nothing. If he can do it, and he tells you about his imperfections, his worries, his pain, his aggravation, all the stuff that he done went through, then shoot, what I'm going through is a piece of cake. I can make it. I can be somebody. I can do it. And that's what a lot of times, that's what I'm telling you my life. I'm spreading it out. I'm letting you know that if I can make it through, you can do it too. And actually, what you might think is hell on wheels is nothing compared. Because shoot, boy, I could tell you some stories. But I thank God for friends. I thank God for my wife. I thank God for the people that understand that it's not my fault. He's just going through something. He'll make it through, because when he finally makes it through, I I'm gonna get a better person that ain't bitch moaning, complaining, and whining. I remember Charles told me the other day, "Yeah, man, you had it bad," and I'm like, and I'm thinking I'm super whatever, man. But it took some time for me to be able to accept it. It's like, wow, I was really, it was that bad. Oh yeah, oh yeah, and I can respect the friendship even more because you waited to the right time for me to accept that. Yeah, man, I was hurt. Every once in a while, I get reminded. I might have a flashback. I might hear it, but thank God it's only a flashback. I'm not going through it. Actually, I'm going through the best time of my life. Might not sound like it. Uh, I got the day off, and I might start hitting them hot dogs. I promised the missus that one of those jumbo Nathan hot dog packs is gonna come home. She wants it, and that's all right. But see, sometimes you just have to thank God. Not, and I'm not talking about denominations. Sometimes you just have to thank God for this moment we're in, this moment right here. All you guys that are on that are hearing me, in the technology, thank God for your moment. Thank God for your situation. Thank God, because we didn't have to be woken up this morning. We didn't have to be. We didn't have to have our health and our strength. I was so wondering. I had, and it was locked into my head. So I had been periodically taking Sudafed, to keep my nasal passages clear. But I didn't realize that it was damaging me even more. It was actually messing with my asthma. I'm gonna be when the next time I go to the doctor, I'm gonna say, what is something better than that can help keep my nasal passages clear? It's the simple things. You see how I'm. Oh, well, good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. And it's the simple things. You know what? I forgot. We've been sitting here having at it. Uh, if you want to, drop your link. It's hashtag can't stop. Don't put the apostrophe in there. Just do hashtag can't stop, and folks can connect with you. And I apologize. I should have said that. Um, I should have did that earlier. But I've been really enjoying just sitting here, flapping flapping my yap, my flapping my gums. Oh yeah, just flapping my yap. Um, because we started out talking about the holidays and how they're so misunderstood, and but we came to the consensus, thanks to Hot Pepper Mike, that we need to enjoy them not for what they've done, but for what as as our situations, family, friends, loved ones, and enjoy them for those things. It's that excuse for it's that excuse for the barbecue. It's that excuse to get out. I remember I kind of miss my wife's cousin because she would drive through the night with her two daughters to come up, and we on Thanksgiving we Norma cooks and does all that, and she said would set the table, and then we'd eat, and then after that we would break out the quarters, dimes, and nickels and play this game. It was a card game, and it was a hot mess, and I would just sit back and watch, but it was just hilarious because her and her two daughters would run the table. They would literally run the table. It's a freaking hilarious. It was freaking hilarious. They would literally run the table, and those types of events, and that was on Thanksgiving. Those types of things that you never forget because you laugh and you joke and you have that good, enjoyable time together as a family and just be cutting up. Those are the things that I grew up on. You know, years ago, my family was never quiet. When you knew the family was getting together, it was loud, cussing and screaming and yelling, but it was not the cussing and screaming that you would think, the derogatory, the mean, or whatever. No, no, mother, blah blah blah, hi, hi, hi. And it was that kind of thing. You know, I guess I could sit back and say thank you, God. And again, thank you for those moments. Thank you for those times in my life where I see the enjoyment in the family and the discussion and the friendship and all of those wonderful things that I completely forgot. You know, that I completely forgot. It's funny when we we come on this YouTube thing. And a lot of us act like we know what we're talking about. I'm just the opposite. But I'm always willing to learn. Always willing to learn. Always willing to give something else a try. That is a new thing to me. Will always be a new thing to me because I'm always willing to learn something new. You know. Okay, guys. I think I think I've done flapped my gums for long enough this morning. I'm gonna be praying. Like I said, I might move these lives ahead 1 hour. I don't know yet. Um, but I'll give those that are they come in every day. I'll let y'all know before I do it because there's been a few lives that I mean I was half awake. I'm like, um, 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 and going off the deep end in the wrong way because I wasn't awake. You know, I'm like, man, man. But again, I just want to say thank you for coming in. Thank you for spending some time with us this morning. Um, Remember, you're too blessed to be stressed. God loves you, and if you don't think He does, He does. And always know that if God loves you, I love you too. You guys have a blessed day. Enjoy your holiday. Happy 4th of July. Have an extra chicken wing for a brother. And you guys have a blessed day. See y'all tomorrow. Deuces.